It is the story of a miracle from the gut. That by God's will or by life or by fortune is repeated and repeated in a clinic in Bogota. For a mother, the greatest love, the indescribable one, is the one she feels when life takes shape in her body. The sweet weight is not changed by bitter news that can break the soul.
They told me that she was not going to walk, that if she did not have surgery before the time, she would lose her mobility.
She is Angie, she is 20 years old, she is a street vendor in Monteria.
Always the same thing, to abort or terminate the pregnancy. You feel that yes, they move, but if they want to tell you suddenly, Mom, don't hurt me. In my bed, I was crying and screaming. I said, I have to get out of it. Somehow I have to get help. Either from the EPS or from a doctor who can help me, who specializes in this.
Catalina, her baby, was diagnosed with spina bifida. Many children with this birth defect survive but are left with severe limitations such as paralysis, difficulty controlling sphincters, hydrocephalus, and learning disabilities. Their fate seemed to be a path of disability. But salvation could be in the hands of this expert. Is a pioneer and world authority in fetal surgery. Dr. Mauricio Herrera operates babies with different types of malformations in the womb of their mothers. It is the fight for life before birth.
When we are inside our mother's wombs and we have a chance, and I wanted to make that opportunity tangible.
He directs the maternal fetal medicine department of the Clinica Universitaria Colombia Colsanitas and the International Center of Surgery and Fetal Therapy of the Clinica Colsanitas.
Malformations or alterations of infants and homes, they end up separated because there is no other alternative, and they are going to have to take care of the baby throughout its life, and we are improving that possibility. Well, that is what I have dedicated my life to.
As I already have the opportunity with Dr. Mauricio Herrera, we are going to see, I have faith in him, that we are going to get out of this.
At 27 weeks of gestation, the key day arrived for Angie, Catalina, and for all her family.
One is practically of limited means. I had never seen that surgery. I thought that my granddaughter was going to be in that condition.
This young mother entrusted to God and to the hands of Dr. Herrera the life of the one she loves the most. And he prepared himself with faith and with a suit that seems to give him a power that many would like to have. To change destiny. The miracle began with a team of specialists, anesthesiologists, instrumentalists, and nurses, all dedicated to help Catalina leave her limitation behind.
Ready? Let's start the surgery. In the name of God, that everything goes well, okay? Scalpel. In this case, we did an open technique where what we do is to open the uterus. I created a technique called the jumping technique. In Spanish, it means jumping. I change the position of the baby and I make it jump inside to place it in a specific site. And that is what has been the secret. One of the secrets of the surgical technique, and that is why it has such good results.
All the knowledge and all the faith were at work in a highly complex intervention. The risks were always present in a place where two lives and two destinies clung to the experience of Dr. Mauricio. Catalina is 27 weeks. As she grows in the womb, she also has a poor prognosis due to spina bifida, which could cause hydrocephalus and prevent her from walking and controlling her sphincters. It would bring great complications for the rest of his life. Her mother Angie left her stall in Monteria to try to change her daughter's fate and that of the whole family in Bogota. In the operating room, everyone fights for life. A highly complex operation that seeks to leave the baby's disability behind. Everything is in the hands of Dr. Mauricio Herrera and his experts. He is one of the greatest connoisseurs of fetal surgery in the world and takes meticulous care of every movement. In the womb, he operates on the baby to correct the spinal malformation.
We do all the techniques because we have prepared for that. When we talk about all the techniques, we mean all the pathologies that can be corrected. In utero or treat in utero in a validated manner, that means we are not improvising.
In the midst of a procedure with very high standards and constant monitoring, Catalina was anesthetized.
And anesthesia has two objectives. One is to put the baby to sleep, not to move, but also not to feel pain.
With the injury exposed, another medical eminence came into action.
My name is Carlos Ramirez, neurosurgeon, working with the Keralty group. It is a great satisfaction above all when one sees the result, both for the baby as such, because it will surely improve its functional prognosis, and logically for the family.
The moment when the baby's prognosis changes, we stop the deterioration in spinal cord injury. We'll allow the baby to have the best opportunity to walk, running, jumping, hopping, jumping, sphincter control, etc.
The work was sealed with what this prestigious medical team calls the mark of life, which is nothing more than the scar of the surgery inside the womb. The same scar that dozens of children have who, thanks to this type of surgery, survive today. It was almost 2 hours of intervention in the first surgery room of the Clinica Universitaria Colombia in Bogota. With the help of Dr. Mauricio Herrera and the group of specialists, Catalina's life changed before she was even born.
Holding life between hands is a great responsibility, and it is a great responsibility of the team. Leading a team is a great responsibility. That's why I pray. That's why I always entrust myself to God.
A mixture of talent and experience that knows no limits and that Angie was able to access through her EPS.
Well, I thank God for making my granddaughter a normal child, so that my daughter would not be tied down in those conditions. I thank you very much, and may God bless you always.
Professionals from 22 countries have trained with Dr. Herrera, and he has traveled to all continents inheriting his knowledge.
Seeing how he did things, and at the end he has managed to transmit me his passion for what he does, is very comforting for me.
One of the most modern complexes in the United Arab Emirates asked him to replicate this model in Abu Dhabi with his Fetal Health Foundation.
We have performed more than 17 surgeries in the United Arab Emirates. We have performed the first surgeries for many pathologies. We started with spina bifida. We have performed diaphragmatic hernias. We have performed fetal shunts. We have performed laser and fetoscopic surgeries on twins.
But these days, one concern haunts them.
Health programs like this one and others could disappear. It is very important to tell the world about it. It is very important to tell the world, to tell our governments, to tell the institutions that there are problems for sure, but that there are programs like this one that have great compassion, great humanity, and that destroying things is not the solution for them to continue to grow.
But the joy comes back with its greatest reward.
Hello, how are you? What have you done? Many of my patients, if not all of them, are still in contact with me. You send me pictures of the babies, of the birthdays, of how they are progressing, how they walk, how they jump. It is an absolute connection.
She is Hannah. She was operated on 2 years ago, and today she embodies satisfaction.
Hey, what are you doing?
We found out at 18 weeks gestation that Hannah had a defect called myelomeningocele. It was very hard. It was a very desperate moment because we didn't know what to do. We were in another city, in the city of Barranquilla. We immediately came that same week and we got an appointment with Dr. Mauricio very quickly. He attended us and gave us all the probabilities that he could operate.
Another proof, another family that wants others to know that there is a huge alternative that is within reach.
Suddenly other moms are very upset, very sad, and I tell them I went through that. I went through it. It is not easy, but give it to them, you can do it.
Life will continue to open up. More children will be able to crawl, walk, run, and see miracles before they are born.
I would say to every mother, fight for your child, fight for the life you carry forward.